Hello and welcome to For You. I'm Reese.
I'm Nikki.
And today we're here for day 2 of our article, Here are the Facts About Stuttering. Nikki, can you remind us what exactly is stuttering?
Is when you speak and you cannot finish the sentence or the word without repeating it or pauses.
Yeah, it's a really frustrating condition that some people have. For most of us, it might happen occasionally, but for some people, it happens all the time. And it seems like it might be an issue related to your brain instead of your physiological being.
I think that's something that we will find out today.
Yeah. And
what exactly causes the stuttering?
Yeah, and perhaps some therapies that can help us to treat this very annoying problem.
But last time we did talk about maybe we can sing and we can read out loud to improve this condition.
Those could be 2 possible treatments that you guys could do at home. One thing I think that's important though is that if you have any friends or family members with a stutter, that you be very patient and kind to them, because I promise you it's more frustrating for them than it is for you. Anyway, let's get into the article and learn more about stuttering.
Reading.
Here are the facts about stuttering. Sadly, stuttering is often misunderstood. To help promote better understanding of this condition, let's look at some common misconceptions which are related to stuttering. One common mistake people make is to ask the stutterer to stop and think before they talk. This only makes the person self-conscious. Instead, just listen patiently. Also, we shouldn't assume that someone who stutters is fearful or nervous. Stutterers feel a whole range of emotions just like everyone else. Stuttering is not contagious. You can't catch stuttering by being around another person who stutters. The exact cause of stuttering isn't known, although family history is thought to play a role. Finally, stuttering has no bearing on how intelligent someone is. In fact, some very bright and talented people also have trouble with stuttering. These include famous actors James Earl Jones and Emily Blunt, and even U.S. President Joe Biden. And there you have it. We hope that now you understand stuttering a little better.
Today's article begins with, sadly, stuttering is often misunderstood. To help promote better understanding of this condition, let's look at some common misconceptions which are related to stuttering. A lot of big words in the introduction here. Let's talk about some of them. The word misunderstood means that people don't really understand that thing well, because it has been misunderstood. People have the wrong idea about that thing. The word misconception is quite similar. If something is a misconception or people have misconceptions about a thing, that means that people have an incorrect understanding about what that thing is, probably because they never learned the right thing.
那延续我们前一天介绍有关口疾的情况，今天课文呢要来打破我们对口疾的迷思。课文一开始呢就说口疾这件事情常常会被大家误解，所以为了要帮助大家，促进大家能够理解这个问题，我们要来看一些跟口疾相关的一些错误观念。首先我们看到了 misunderstand 跟 misconception， 其实指的都是误解或者是错觉的意思。misunderstand 呢是动词，那它的名词就会是 misunderstanding 误会。那 misconception 比较像是一个错误的印象或者是观念。
That's right. They're slightly different, but kind of similar. They're both related to not really knowing the truth about something or a situation. And if we have misunderstandings or misconceptions about things, we should try to fix them. Anyway, let's have a look at the word promote now. The word promote is a verb, and the noun form would be promotion. The word promote means to make something more well known, to give people the opportunity to learn about and know about something. This is one way we can get rid of misconceptions. We often use this word for products. A company wants to promote its products, which means to let more people know about it so that people can buy it. You can promote other things, though, like ideas or events. If you're having a birthday party, you could promote your party on Facebook by inviting all of your friends and allowing them to know about it. Here's an example sentence. Terry is wearing a pink ribbon to promote breast cancer awareness.
Promote 是动词，指的就是让某个东西更广为人知的、促进的意思。那像课文中的意思呢，就是促进大家对口疾的认知。那让大家更了解口疾这件事。Promote 它除了促进之外呢，还有另外一个意思，就是推广或者是推销的意思。If a company wants to promote their products, they might use a lot of commercials or advertisement to advertise to promote the products. 那 promote 还有另一个意思是提升、晋升的意思。For example, I just got promoted to project manager. I got a promotion.
Congrats.
那在这边呢，还有另外一个片语是 be related to, 意思就是跟什么东西有关。
It's always good to get promoted. Well, back to the article and more about stuttering. One common mistake people make is to ask the stutterer to stop and think before they talk. This only makes the person self-conscious. So that's something we shouldn't do to a stutterer. If Nikki is struggling to say something, I shouldn't say, stop and think about it.
I can't.
Yeah, that's going to make Nikki feel even more nervous and self-conscious. Oh, self-conscious is a horrible feeling. Self-conscious is that feeling of being worried about yourself and what other people think about you. You might feel self-conscious about the way you look or the way you act. If you have a stutter, you might be self-conscious about it and be worried that people are going to make fun of you. It's a very scary feeling, but don't worry too much. I promise you, people aren't paying nearly as much attention to you as you think they are.
再来课文就说有一个大家常常犯的错误，就是会一直叫口疾的人要先停下来想一下自己要讲什么再讲出来。可是其实这样子的行为会让口疾的人感到更不自在。Self-conscious 是形容词，指的就是不自在的或者是很不安的。Conscious 这个字呢是形容词，用当形容词的时候，意思就是意识到的或者是注意到的。那 self 就是自己或者是自我的，所以加在一起就会变成一个一直意识到自己的一个感觉。那也就是说会一直担心别人怎么看你。If you feel nervous and embarrassed because you keep thinking about how other people think of you.
So back to the article and some advice for you guys if you're dealing with somebody who has a stutter. It says instead, and here it means instead of asking them to stop and think, right? Instead, just listen patiently. Also, we shouldn't assume that someone who stutters is fearful or nervous. Right, some people might stutter because they're scared, but other people might stutter for other reasons. So the article used the word assume here, which I think is a wonderful word and comes with a really cool kind of way to remember how to spell it. To assume makes an ass out of you and me. A-S-S-U-M-E. My mum taught me that one. The word assume is a verb and it means to suppose that something is true, usually without enough evidence or proof. To assume something means that you guess that something is true, but you didn't really check. It's okay to assume some things that are very easy to know. For example, I might assume that my cat likes to eat shrimp even though she's never tried it.
Yeah, because she's a cat.
Right. Most cats like shrimp, so I assume mine does too, and there's nothing wrong with that. But often it's bad to assume things. You might assume that your friend would like a pet dog for her birthday, but actually that would be a very inconvenient gift to give to somebody, right? If I just suddenly said, hey, Nikki, here's a dog,
What?
That's a weird thing to give to somebody. I'm assuming she wants it.
You're assuming everyone loves dogs because they're cute.
That's not a good thing to assume. Here's an example sentence. I assume everybody here knows the plan for tomorrow, so I won't bother going through the details again.
那我们该做的事情应该是要耐心的聆听，而且不能假设口急的人会口急都是因为紧张或者是害怕。Assume 是动词，意思就是假定、预想或者是认为。When you assume something, it means that you accept something is true without having any proof of it. When you assume, you're making assumptions. Assume 的名词是 assumptions, 也就是假设或者是臆断。We should not make any assumptions about people or jump to conclusion. 例句说，我直接假设这边在场的人都知道明天的计划咯，我就不用再讲一次细节了。
So the word fearful was used, and it means to be scared, to be afraid of something, or that something bad will happen. To be fearful means to be full of fear. And fear is that feeling of, I don't like this situation. It doesn't have to be something scary like spiders or ghosts, though. We could be fearful about things that make us personally feel worried or afraid. So some people might be fearful about speaking in front of people.
Oh, exactly.
Here's an example sentence. During the storm, we felt fearful that our cat would not survive, as she was outside at the time.
That happens with the cat, right?
Yeah.
They just go outside.
They just go outside, and then if there's bad weather, I'm not sure what's going to happen to them.
那接着呢，课文就说 fearful 这个形容词呢，指的是恐惧的或者是害怕的。It means that you're nervous and afraid. Fear 这个字可以是动词，感到害怕，或者是名词，担心害怕。那在后面呢，加了一个 full 的这个 suffix， 变成形容词，就是可怕的或者是担心的。例句说，在暴风雨的时候，我们很担心我们的猫不会活下来，因为它那时候就在外面。
Yeah, so fearful can be scared or worried, right? Both of those. Well, back to the article, and stutterers feel a whole range of emotions, just like everyone else. Yeah, a stutterer is a normal person by most measures. It's just they have a small problem with their speech. The article explains more. Stuttering is not contagious. You can't catch stuttering by being around another person who stutters. It's not COVID-19.
Exactly.
I can't give it to you.
那接着课文呢，继续解释，口急的人不代表说他只是紧张啊，或者是害怕，他们也像一般的人，其他的人一样，会感受到各种的情绪。那在这边我们看到这个片语 a whole range of range 这个名词指的是范围。那在整个全部的范围呢，意思就是各种的或者是一系列的意思。They can feel all kinds of emotions.
Yeah, and it's not contagious. Contagious means you can catch it. We usually use this word for things like diseases or illnesses or like a cold, you know? If I sneeze into Nikki's face, then she probably will catch whatever illness I had because it's contagious. Actually, we use this word almost exclusively for illnesses. COVID-19 is an example of a recent contagious disease or illness. So stuttering is not contagious. You cannot catch it.
那除此之外，口疾这件事情也不是具有传染性的，不是说你站在一个口疾的人旁边听他这样讲，你自己就会跟着开始口疾。Contagious 是形容词，指的就是会传染的。那通常泛指的是疾病，像是 COVID-19, it's a highly contagious disease. But we can also use it in another situation. For example, I say, your laughter is contagious. 意思就是说你的笑是会传染的，可能看到别人笑得很开心，你自己也会很开心，开始想笑。
That's true. Laughter and smiling is also contagious. If I see somebody smile, I'm going to smile too. But that's a good way, a good thing to be contagious.
Exactly.
Well, back to the article and something about the origin of stuttering. The exact cause of stuttering isn't known, although family history is thought to play a role. Okay, so we don't really know what causes stuttering.
What is the reason behind it?
Yeah, that makes it very difficult to treat, although there are some ideas about where it comes from. We have a word to discuss here. It's the word exact. The word exact is an adjective, and the adverb form is exactly. Exact means precise, not guessed or approximated in any way, but it's the precise 100% correct way or answer. The exact answer to a question is the answer that is 100% correct. It's the right, best answer. By saying the exact cause of stuttering isn't known, the article explains that we can't definitely say for sure 100% what is the cause for stuttering. We might have some ideas about why it happens, but nothing that explains everything about it. Here's an example sentence with exact. If you watch the video, you can see the exact moment that lightning strikes the tree in the yard.
那最主要、最确切造成口疾的原因其实不是很清楚，是有家族的病史这类的东西扮演了其中一个角色。Exact 是形容词，意思就是确切的或者是标准的。那在这边课文的意思就是说，造成口疾的原因可能众说纷纭，可能有很多东西都会影响到，我们没有办法100%的确定说就是某一个原因造成的。那它的副词呢就会是 exactly。You can say this when you agree with someone. You say exactly, definitely, or absolutely. 那在这边还有另一个片语是 play a role， 指的就是扮演某一种角色或者是起某一种作用。
Right, so play a role means that thing has something to do with that thing. It's not the whole explanation, but it's part of it. Well, back to the article and wrapping things up soon, it says, finally, stuttering has no bearing on how intelligent someone is. In fact, some very bright and talented people also have trouble with stuttering. This is really important, just because somebody has trouble getting words out of their mouth, it doesn't mean that their intelligence is affected. The article used the word intelligent, which is the adjective form of intelligence. Intelligent means smart. You have lots of knowledge in your brain if you're intelligent. They know lots of information and they're good at working things out. So stuttering has nothing to do with how smart you are. It's just a speech problem. Here's an example sentence. Albert Einstein is believed to have been one of the most intelligent people who ever lived. He discovered many new things in science.
I wonder if he stutters.
Maybe he did.
那接着呢，课文就说，一个人的口疾与否跟他的智力是没有关系的，并非成正相关。那 intelligent 是形容词，意思就是聪明的或者是理解能力强的。So if you say someone is intelligent, you're saying that they're smart. They can learn and understand things easily. 那它的名词就会是 intelligence, 也就是智力或者是理解力。For example, artificial intelligence, AI, 就是人工智慧。那另外还有看到了 has no bearing on something 这个片语，意思就是跟某个东西无关或者是没有影响。So it says, stuttering has nothing to do with your intelligence.
No bearing. There's no relationship, 没有关系, right, between those two things. We also saw the word talented, which is an adjective, and it means having a natural skill for something. Someone talented is a person who is very good at doing a particular thing. You could be a talented dancer, a talented singer, or, like Nikki and I, a talented communicator. Some people are born with talent, which is the noun form, which is a skill or ability to do something well. But you can also learn talents by practicing. So, for example, a talented pianist, someone who plays the piano, that's something you would have to learn. Babies can't play it automatically, right? An example sentence could be, Kelly is a talented swimmer and has won many swimming competitions in her state.
那再来呢，还提到了 talented 这个形容词，指的就是有才华的或者是有天赋的。因为 talent 这个字名词指的是天赋，那把它变成形容词 talented 就是有天赋的。那 talent 比较像是与生俱来的，那另外一个 skill 就比较是经过练习之后所取得的技巧。 So if someone is born with an amazing voice, he or she might be a talented singer.
Yeah, with singing in particular, it feels like that's one thing that you could learn to do, but some people are just naturally good.
Exactly, you're born with the voice.
Yeah, you're born with the talent. Well, the article tells us about some famous people who have stutters. These include famous actors James Earl Jones and Emily Blunt, and even US President Joe Biden. So even if you have a stutter, you could still be successful.
Yeah, you can still act, you can still dub, you can still be a president.
Exactly. The article concludes here, and there you have it. We hope that now you understand stuttering a little better.
最后课文呢，就提供了几个实例来告诉我们，口疾真的跟智力没有什么关系，像是一些知名的演员或者是现任的美国总统。在这边我们看到的 There you have it 不是说好给你的意思，比较像是讲完了你的论点之后最后的结论，没错，就是这样子的一个感觉。那课文就是希望说，解释完什么是口疾以及一些造成的原因之后，我们可以更加的认识这个情况，不会去做任何的假设或者是错误的判断。
There we are, and that's the end of our article about stuttering. We hope you've learned something, and above all, to be patient with people who have stutters.
Don't judge them.
Yeah, they're having a really tough time. Hopefully you can help them get through it. Well, let's go to our For You chat question now to wrap things up.
For You chat.
So in the article, we learned that many people misunderstand or have misconceptions about stutters. That means they don't really know the truth of the situation. So the For You chat question is about misconceptions. Nikki, what are some misconceptions about other problems or conditions? Talk about them.
One thing I can think about is depression. A lot of people would tell people with depression to, stop. And to
get better.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Yeah, exactly. But they cannot control it, right? It's a disease. Or some people might think it's made up.
Right.
It's not the real thing.
So they're like, oh, just go and feel better, have some ice cream and watch a funny show.
Exactly, but except that they can't.
Yeah. I think there are lots of misconceptions about mental health issues.
Exactly. Because you cannot touch it or see it.
Exactly. You can only really experience it, and sometimes it's hard to tell other people about what you're feeling or experiencing.
Yeah, so we should all be patient and be understanding.
Exactly. So if you have any misconceptions about something, or you're not really sure you understand fully a particular condition, especially something mental health related, you should take responsibility to research and find out more. Hopefully we can get rid of all of our misconceptions and be nice to one another. And
by watching our videos and reading our magazines.
Exactly. We're here saving the world.
Exactly.
Well, that's all we have for today, but we'll see you next time. And be patient, be kind, and love one another. And goodbye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Promote. Our dentist visits kids at school to promote good toothbrushing habits and oral health. Assume. Tony isn't here yet. He hasn't called to explain why, so I assume he just missed the bus. Fearful. When Renee's son didn't call, she was fearful that something bad had happened to him. Exact. The exact reason for the fire is not yet known. The police are going over the matter. Intelligent. Maria is a very intelligent child who learns new things quickly. Talented. Peter has always been very talented at playing the piano. His teacher is proud of him.
智慧小补帖
Contagious.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000。 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net